In simple terms, mining Bitcoin is a voluntary process in which volunteer people, called miners, buy special devices, also called miners, and dedicate them to the Bitcoin network. These devices are specifically designed to solve complex math problems, and for doing so, they consume a huge amount of power and energy. In return for the power they consume, they earn rewards in Bitcoin. Acquiring these Bitcoins is the incentive that motivates them to buy the miner devices and pay for the electricity. Therefore, both devices that solve math problems and people who buy these devices are called miners in the Bitcoin literature. The mining process serves three main purposes: validating Bitcoin's transactions, securing the Bitcoin network, generating the new units of Bitcoin in a decentralized way. Miners are responsible for validating Bitcoin's transactions. By the way, pay attention that no manual process exists, and everything is about codes. Miners are coded in a way that can detect malicious activities and prevent them. For example, when users decide to send Bitcoin and broadcast the request to the network, the miners check their wallets to see if they have enough Bitcoin for this transaction. If the user doesn't have enough Bitcoin for the transaction, his request will not be fulfilled. Before Bitcoin, the double spending problem was a huge obstacle in the way of digital currencies. Since these currencies were completely digital, any user could copy and paste a specific piece of money and use it several times. But coin was the first digital currency that solved this problem. Miners are also responsible for securing the Bitcoin network. For a transaction to be confirmed, it must be agreed upon by 51% of the miners. This process is called consensus in the Bitcoin literature. You may be wondering that a user may be able to manipulate a miner's code and change it in a way that it confirms a malicious activity. You're right. We're talking about codes, and in the world of codes, everything is possible. But don't forget that by manipulating one miner device, you can't confirm a malicious transaction. It must get confirmation from 51% of the whole network's computational power, and since we have hundreds of thousands of miners from all over the world, this seems both practically impossible and economically illogical. This is why we say miners secure the Bitcoin network. Finally, miners are responsible for generating and distributing the new units of Bitcoin. We previously mentioned that in return for buying expensive miner devices and paying for the electricity, miners obtain rewards in Bitcoin. From the beginning, 21 million units of Bitcoins were coded in the Bitcoin blockchain. Each time a Bitcoin's math problem is solved and a block is created, a specific amount of Bitcoin is given to miners as a reward. But coin blocks are created every 10 minutes. Therefore, we can say that every 10 minutes, new Bitcoins are generated and distributed. To prevent inflation, Bitcoin mining reward gets halved every 4 years, the process referred to as halving. At this time, the Bitcoin mining reward is 6.25 Bitcoins per block. As we have said so far, the Bitcoin network is a mutual benefit organization. Bitcoin is a decentralized monetary system, and it needed a way to distribute its units. If Bitcoin used a centralized organization for this purpose, its decentralized nature would get violated. On the other hand, it needed a solution to secure its completely digital network and prevent attacks like double spending. Mining was the best and the most decentralized possible solution Bitcoin could think of. Using mining, new miners always have enough incentive to join the network, and the Bitcoin network's security is guaranteed. At this time, nearly 19 million Bitcoins have been mined. Considering the halving process that occurs every 4 years, the remaining 2 million Bitcoins will be mined by 2140.